Hey guys, we are Five Piece Kit. Later in the interview, you're going to get to hear our song Sweater. It just came out. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Napster, wherever you get music, it's there. Hope you guys enjoy.
Hey, it's Chris with Picks and Sticks Music Studio. For this channel, we're an all things music channel. We like to support our local artists and bands. As you heard, we have Five Piece Kit in the house. It's in person. This is our second live in person and our third overall. I'm excited to have them here, and I really appreciate them being here. I want to bring them in. I don't really have to bring them in because they're here. They're right there.
Hey, Chris.
What's up? Hi.
What's up? Man, thank you guys for braving the weather, and glad you got here safe and everything. It's been storming here off and on all day, and really appreciate you being here. We did a quick transformation of the basement like the last 2 minutes before this interview, so we're all like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
All good now.
Oh, yeah. Hey, if you guys have any questions for the band or anything, throw them in the chat. Let me know how the volume is and everything. If you can hear me, put that in the chat as well, that the volume sounds great and everything. But yeah, let's get started with this interview. So we have a icebreaker question as always. And if you had to pick, what piece of a drum kit would each of you be?
Oh,
you
got it. You got it. You so got. Yeah, you got it.
Let's go with
the bass drum clamp. I feel like it's really like solid foundation. You know, keeps the drum set from moving.
Yeah. I'd probably be like a second bass drum. You know, like completely unnecessary, but like pretty fun when you have it. It's pretty fun.
Man, let's see. I'd say probably the wing nut on the cymbals
Just wing nut.
That's a good
because
answer.
they're useful, helpful.
Right?
Hi, Austin.
I'd be the rug.
The drum
Drum
rug.
rug. Because they're cool. All right, thank you. That's all I had.
Great. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say because you're like the base that holds everything together.
Yeah. Well, Jared already stole that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you
true.
took,
That's
you
true.
took my
He did.
whole spiel.
Yeah.
Just a minute.
All I
to
had was
hold
they're
on us
cool.
back.
Those are the lesser known parts. You know, you got to give
You're not
love
allowed
to
to
the
go
lesser
first
known
next
parts.
time.
Okay.
So, how'd you guys get started with this band?
Austin.
Yeah, so we were all in high school, like the high school marching band together, and we were all drummers. And I just thought it would be cool to start a band. And yeah, I needed a guitar player, so I was like, I'm gonna learn guitar because I was currently learning. And then Josh was in choir, so I was like, there's my singer. And then I was like, okay, now I need a drummer. And I figured that like my best friend, like Michael, he kills the drums. Even though he didn't have much experience on like a drum set, I was like, he'll learn. He's a fast learner. And then Jared's the funny one because Jared only played drums. He had no other, like, all he did was drums, right? And I offered him, I was like, hey, you want to come learn bass guitar to be in a band? And he was like, nah. And then a couple weeks later, he was like, hey, remember when you asked me about bass guitar? I'd love to learn. And now we're what, 2.5, almost 3 years in?
Yeah. We've been here a minute.
I'm looking at my questions here, and I just realized I had a typo that I sent them. I put Jared Smith based.
Based.
Yeah,
Based.
based.
Well,
I mean,
I'll
based.
take it. I'll take it.
Very based.
Very based. He does our taxes.
Awesome. Well, hey everybody, if you have questions for the band, get them in here. Let me know how my volume is. We got quite a few people in here. Excited about that. Can't wait to hear what kind of questions you guys have. Don't forget to smash that like button. That helps not only the channel but helps the band that I'm interviewing too, because it shows the video more right for them. And if you want to see more interviews like this, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications and all that good stuff. So, how'd you guys come up with the name?
That's Austin.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
I didn't make the name. I merely contributed to the name.
Yeah,
But we're all drummers.
Uh-huh.
We're all drummers. So
it was kind of like a day of like figuring out what our name would be because we're like, okay, we're a band now, so we gotta have a good name, and it just kind of popped up.
Yeah, because
It
like,
was-
yeah.
My bad.
There you go.
It wasn't like a day. We were like debating about it for a week.
It was
Yeah.
For some reason, I was stuck on like we should be called the Fridges. So glad I didn't get my way because that's awful. That is just the worst.
the backup name.
Well, yeah, we
Do you
had a
remember the
backup
backup
name.
name?
What was it?
Dude, I have no clue.
Do you still have the Notes app? We need to find that later.
I don't know.
Well, the rest is history.
Yeah. Now we're here.
Awesome. So, what are some of your biggest influences? Him?
Music-wise, or like-
He's your biggest influence?
No, sorry, my bad, my fault. Hey, Jared, you should go for it.
Music wise or like instrument wise or
I guess music-wise.
I mean, if we're talking artists, I mean, I'm a big like punk rock guy or like pop punk guy. So I like bands like Fall Out Boy and Paramore and stuff like that. So I mean that really is what inspired me to want to learn more music. And again, we started in a marching band and it wasn't really my thing. I mean, I had fun, but when we started learning contemporary music and starting our own rock music, like that's what really like inspired me and wanted me to keep going and put so much into it.
I love like Midwest emo music, that and like screamo music. So like the Front Bottoms, Mom Jeans, Modern Baseball, American Football, and then like Lorna Shore, Signs of the Swarm, like all of that. Love all of it.
I'm probably the same route as Jared, like kind of 2000s, 90s kind of punk rock, like Green Day with Drake, Trey Cool, and probably now Josh Dunn for 21 Pilots. Big influences for me.
I'm kind of the oddball out of the group with like music taste and like where I got my inspiration from, as I'm a big jazz guy, jazz and like indie guy. So jazz wise, I love B.B. King. I know he's more blues, but just jazz is the genre. And then indie, like the Backseat Lovers, I love them. So that's where I really get a lot of my inspiration from for playing.
Nice. If you could play any venue, what would it be?
The Masquerade.
Yeah,
Easy.
that's
probably
I
easy.
want to play the Masquerade so bad.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Try to keep it
Some
down
sort
to
of
earth- down to
massive
earth, guys.
arena.
I
Keep,
think
keep it down to earth.
I
Stepping
think,
stones.
yeah, baby,
Baby
steps
steps.
to Madison
Baby
Square
steps.
Arena. We could fill a 200th of Madison Square Garden.
We've played
1,000.
Yeah,
we've played Smith's Old Bar a couple times. We really like it down there, but
yeah.
yeah, that's a fun spot.
So someone who works at Smith's, if you're listening, we want to
Shout
come
out.
back.
We wanna come back.
Shout out Smith's Old Bar. We'll be back whenever you need us.
All right, we got some questions coming in. All right, how does the music writing process work for y'all, and who comes up with the ideas the most? That was one of my questions. She robbed me, or they robbed me.
Oh wait, is that? I'll ask her
Miley.
later. What's the username?
Miley verse? Is that how you
Yeah,
say
that's
that?
my girlfriend. Cool.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Some
I
of these
thought so.
usernames, like I'm so like insecure about like saying them because I'm like I'm
No.
totally gonna butcher them.
Totally get it. Yeah, we've been dating for like 6 months. I also don't know how to pronounce it half the time, even though I know what it
Oh,
is.
dang.
Dude, that username is so weird. Whatever. It starts a lot of the time with like either us jamming. That's the way it starts. Austin will bring us something that he's recorded and been like, guys, we're doing this is cool. And we're all like, yeah, let's do that. Or I'll come in and be like, hey, here is a chord progression. I don't know what it's called or what the notes are or any of that. Let's make it. And Austin then has to like painstakingly figure out what I'm playing. And then I have like words in my phone. I have a lyrics app that I've been doing for like 2 years where it's just out of context lyrics, and most of them are garbage, but sometimes we get stuff like Sweater or Say We're Right. Both came from
Yeah.
that. So
We very seldomly start from nothing as a group. We usually
Yeah.
have an idea already before we start.
Cool. Well, my wife just said that. Can we turn up the mics a little bit? I just turned them up. Let me know if it's better. I can't go too much louder, so I don't know. Turn your TV up. Awesome. So she robbed me my question. I have to figure something else out. No, that's awesome. Keep the questions up. Anybody else has some questions, put them in there. Don't forget to hit that like button. Okay, something funny or crazy that's happened at one of your shows, or just in general rehearsals or anything.
I think this was like this crazy event was like what 2 years long, less than that, like a year and a half.
Yeah.
It was just us trying to. One of our songs is called Blue Vans, and we have recorded it 4 or 5 times.
Probably 5
all the way
times.
through.
Yeah,
And 5 times, and then vocals we've recorded 7 times. I counted because we had to re-record
Yeah.
twice
Yeah.
for the current version that's out because I sounded bored during it.
Yeah, you did.
So we had to change it.
And then we finally released it.
Yeah,
It's a whole process.
it was like it was so. Anytime that song gets brought up, all of us are like, "Hey, no!" It's like, what
Sore
if we did it?
subject.
Yeah, yeah. Took us 5 times, and what do we think of it now, gang?
Sorry.
It's all right. It's fine.
It's okay, son.
So you want to talk about the new single?
Sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
Big fan of Sweater.
Really? You don't say.
Yeah, it was released on Saturday, the 5th, August 5th. So it's only been out for what 2 days now.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, it's very. I would say it's very Green Day influenced.
So when I was writing it, it wasn't originally supposed to be like Green Day influenced. It was supposed to be a front bottom song, like because I stole the chord progression from the front bottom. I didn't steal the chords. I just stole like the shape they use. So I took that, and then I was like, yeah, I can do this, and then sound whiny, and boom, we have a song. And then it just became so much more than that, because people who can actually play instruments well, these 3 got to it, and they were like, hey, what if it was good? And I was like, please, thank you, yeah, great. Cool.
You said it all.
I can pronounce this one. B. Blue Vans is awesome. I like that song too. The first time I heard it, I was like, I'm not sure. And then the second time I heard it, it was like it was so much. You like as you listen to songs more and more, you like
It's like silly pop.
It's
It's unfortunately very catchy.
that's the biggest
So
issue
when
with
you
it.
listen to it, it often gets stuck in your head.
Well, I love it when we rhyme vans with vans.
And then with Vans again.
It's a pretty good bar.
when we rhyme fit with fit, and then
Yeah,
with
that's a
fit,
good one.
and then
Yeah.
and then outfit.
We're kind of lyrical geniuses.
Yeah, at the time.
That's the first song that we ever wrote as a band. Austin wrote it, and he brought it to us.
Hello.
Well, we didn't
Hi,
write it
I
as a
did
band.
not write it.
Austin, did you not?
Nuh-uh.
Who wrote Blue Vans?
I swear it was
We
you.
wrote it together. You can't put all the blame.
Oh, it's the
all
first thing we ever played together.
I'm just
Yeah,
First
saying.
time we ever played together.
I'm just saying. All right, cool. No, it's Blue Vans.
It exists.
It exists. It is.
We're glad that the people like it.
Yeah,
We're glad that people
glad
enjoy
about
it.
that.
We did play it at our last show.
Well, not willingly. Okay, so someone in the audience who had heard Blue Vans was yelling out like, "Oh, play Blue Vans! You guys got to play Blue Vans!" at the end of the show, and we were like, "Yeah!" And then I was like, yeah. I have a question for you though. Do you know Blue Vans?" And they were like, "Of course I do." And I responded, "Cool. I don't." So we played it, but none of us remembered how it went. We were like,
The chords were wrong.
the chords
Yeah.
were wrong sometimes. It was all out of muscle memory. So from now on, I don't know if we're cool with this bit, but I think it would be great.
Just never learn it.
If we never learn it, but play it every time anyone asks.
Well, Austin ripped a fire solo in the middle of
Yeah,
it.
that was crazy.
It just kind of came out of nowhere.
Dude, that
That was
was wild.
good. That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Again, our shows are great. You should come see us whenever we play live. They're
So
really
I
fun.
definitely will. All right, so back to Sweater. So, what was the writing process on that one? Anything different than the rest, or
I think it started with you.
Yeah,
You basically had that
Josh had
song.
the
I
guitar
showed
done.
up with the whole song written, and then yeah, that was it. I showed up with
Yeah,
it.
because usually
Yeah.
he'll come up with chords and words, and when we all get together, we'll structure the format from there, like A, B, different choruses, bridges. And that kind of just happened on a Sunday practice.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it happens too when we record. That's where
Yeah,
the
that is
solos are
true.
written. A lot of the guitar parts are written there too.
So many
Is when we
solos are
record and
written.
add to it. So, but I mean, that was kind of a we cranked that song out pretty quick. It was done, and we recorded it, and that was it. You know.
Yeah. I remember I thought of those words at work, and my boss was standing next to me, and I was like, hold on, I gotta go write something down. So I walked to the back, I typed something up, and then I come out and she's like, what did you need to write? I was like, nothing, it's stupid. Because I was like embarrassed I had to walk away from what I was doing. So I was like, nothing. And if you're watching, Aaron, that's what I was doing. I never told her.
Well, you want to play your new single?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And before we do that, people say your fans love it. So she's talking about Vans.
Oh, blue Vans.
But we're about to play Sweater.
Her fans called Vans now.
Awesome. All right. Let's. All right. I'm going to put this onto this. And we're going to play it, and then we're going to mute us. So, all right, here we go.
That sweater I bought that reminds me of us has a hole in it again. But this time instead of mending it, I'll just sleep in it instead. Who did I leave behind in your car? How did you just forget who we are? Did you say this was all a mistake? There went the future that we wanted to make. That sweater I bought that reminds me of us has a hole in it again. But this time instead of mending it, I'll just leave in it instead. How am I supposed to tell you how I feel? How am I supposed to tell you it's all real? Cause if you can't tell and I can't tell and we can't tell, it makes me scream, what's going on? Another text on my phone from you, and I wanna go home. I don't know what to do. If I let you live, would I live too? If I never said I wanna be next to you. That sweater I bought that reminds me of us has a hole in it again. But this time instead of mending it, I'll just leave in it instead. How am I supposed to tell you how I feel? How am I supposed to tell you it's all real? Cause if you can't tell and I can't tell and we can't tell, it makes me scream, what's going on? Be the first to say it's not you, it's me. I'll be the first to say it's not you, it's me. I'll be the first to say it's not you, it's me. I'll be the first to say it's not you, it's me. The sweater I bought that reminds me of us has a hole in it again. This time instead of mending it, I'll just leave it instead. How am I supposed to tell you how I feel? How am I supposed to tell you it's all real? Cause if you can't tell and I can't tell and we can't tell, it makes me scream, what's going on?
All right, we're unmuted. Awesome, guys. I love that song. People are making fun of me in the chat here.
That's just the way we roll.
Yeah.
The way we roll.
Like I said, I can edit that out. So anyway, so that's a really great song, and I think it's one of your better. I listened to your whole album this morning, and then your other, the single after that one, and then Sweater, and they're all great. But you guys definitely stepped it up on the
Thank
last two, I think.
Yeah.
We put a lot of effort in this one.
And I really enjoy your music.
Appreciate it.
So I'm glad everybody's hanging in here, and after that little snafu. But if you have some questions for the band, get it in there. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe if you want to see more interviews like this. Hopefully, in those interviews, I don't screw the song up. But so gear. So what do you got? Anything new going on with gear?
Do you want me to do all of us, or do you just want me to start?
We use your drum set half the time.
Yeah. I don't know what I use, so definitely do it for me at least.
So, me personally, I use a Harley Benton T-style fusion guitar, with a Line 6 Pod Go, and then Michael, our drummer, uses. When we play live, we use my drum set, which is a Yamaha Stage Custom. And then our cymbals are all mismatched because we were just high school students, so any cymbals we can get our hands on for cheap, we're
Tape
like,
on half of them.
yes, please,
Yeah.
please, we will take them.
There's a crack in mine.
Josh uses a Gretsch Streamliner, the semi-hollow.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
And
Great.
what is that other one?
That's kind of like what's behind you, right?
It just
like,
doesn't have the.
It's like that one, but it doesn't have the
Bigsby.
P90s in it.
Oh, or that. Cool. The other one is a
The Fender
It's a
Squire Contemporary Series
Yeah,
Telecaster, and he also uses the Line 6 Pod Go, which those are just like pedal emulators, which they're really easy to use and convenient for us because we don't just play like punk and rock stuff, so we need a lot of different sounds like without having to make a trip to Guitar Center to buy pedals. So I just make the sounds online using the software that they give us, and then I just download them to our boards, and that's what we use, and I can make really specific presets to exactly what we want. Jared uses a assortment of pedals. I'm sure I could name the top of my head, but it'll take an hour.
uses is a really strong word.
But he uses his Fender Precision Bass. So, and then for mic wise, we use the SM57s.
Nice.
And the 58s too.
Every once in a while, yeah, 58s.
Yeah.
When we're mic
That,
amps.
that's what. Well, no, that's not a 58. Right?
Yeah, that's
that's
that
a
one's
57. That's a
yeah.
58. It looks like a 58, but that's a PV. Yeah, awesome. Well, how do you like that Pod Go? Because that's probably my next purchase.
Yeah. Okay. I as someone who like, what am I trying to say? To write songs, I have to have a tone that I like. It is the easiest thing to get like the exact tone you want because everything's like already gain stage, so I don't have to go through and make sure all the gain like, matches across all of it. I can just, I want this pedal, I want this pedal, I want this pedal, and then turn them on and off as I need, and then I'm good to go. And it's like, it's great.
And then it's one, press, and then you have the same sound every time. You
Yeah,
don't have to click
yeah.
a bunch of
I can
pedals.
just save it, and it's like, it's right there. I know what I
I mean,
have.
you can have a patch for like each song.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually what we do for shows.
No Velcro.
We'll have
Yeah.
no, barely any Velcro. It's great.
That's awesome. And you go right in the front of house with that, or
Typically, we run amps
Uh-huh.
just to make it sound a little bit more, a little bit bigger, get a little bit of room
Yeah.
sound in there.
And then usually the amp to a 57.
Yeah, and then
Nice
amp
and
it to a
57.
57.
all right, so you just have the amp on. Use a real clean pedal, friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. What do you like better, writing music or performing?
Start over there with Jared.
Yeah, I think it kind of depends, right? I love the releasing. I love that Sweater's out there. I love that it's out there forever. We're going to be, when we're old and, we might not be playing music anymore, you can still go back and we can listen to the music we made together when we were, 16, 17, 18, 19. Right. So I love that. Writing music, I'm not so good at. That's more of y'all's territory. So it's not my favorite thing, but I still enjoy it when something comes together. But then performing, I just love. I love playing the music live. I love having the raw sound. Seeing people's reactions, just being able to have fun. So I mean, I didn't really pick one, but
You could now. You can still pick one.
I'll go. I don't know. I'll go with performing, just because. Yeah, it's what it's really about, right?
Sure. Yeah. I write music constantly. It is like one of my favorite things to do, and I still think performing is more fun.
Yeah.
I love performing so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with writing. There's just something like I like performing. It's just I really like the creator process of making a song and recording it and just going about that.
All right. Awesome. Future. So where do you see yourself at the end of this year, and where do you see yourself 2 years from now?
Gosh, that's a hard one, guys.
Madison Square Garden.
We've been all over the place. Some of us going to school and some of us starting jobs after high school. It's just, it's hard. It's hard. Every time we create a plan for ourselves, it usually doesn't come out that way, and it's either better or worse, right? So, for this, I don't know. This next year, we hope to release a lot more music. We hope to release more singles, and just as we can record and stuff, just release it. And then Austin's going off to school.
Yeah.
Michael's going to intern at a studio.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I've had a full-time job since I was 17, so
And then I'm going back to school too. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see.
Awesome. And she tries to sneak my question again. What are some of your goals you all have for the band?
I want to have personally, I want to have 3 more songs out by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Big number.
I think recording the current songs that we had planned on doing, getting those out.
About
as
2 or
singles.
3, right?
Yeah.
We have.
Getting those out sometime close to the end of the year, maybe after. Maybe not too far after.
Playing live more. We still love doing that. We
Yeah,
want
we
to do
do.
that more. Yeah.
That's a good segue. Where can people see you play? And do you have a current place they can find that on a website or on Instagram or?
Well, we just played a sold out show actually at Smithsonian Bar in Atlanta.
Not to brag or anything.
About
Flex or
2
whatever.
weeks ago. So there was a lot of prep for that, and then afterwards we've just been recording some. So we don't have anything on the books just yet. I mean, if anyone wants to have us, this is a great opportunity to send us a DM on Instagram. You can find us at 5 Piece Kit on Instagram. It's actually
You gotta have the pause. I thought it was 5.
it's 5
Piece.
dot
Yeah,
piece
5
dot
kit.
kit, but
Yeah.
everything else
So
is
you
5
skip
piece.
the
But I
dot.
feel like people could find us
Yeah.
anyhow, right? I mean, it's our faces on there, so it's not that
Yeah,
hard.
we're just
I
the
hope
cool.
so.
We're just so cool.
Well, there is a guy. There is a guy on Instagram. His name is 5 Piece Kit. And he's kept the username for years.
We've
you're
messaged
watching
him
this-
so
I keep
many
messaging
times.
him, and he won't reply. And
Yeah.
Instagram won't kick him off. So he
Yeah,
has our. We are not him.
We reported him like 7 times. So
We're
we can get the
trying.
He has like some shark pictures. His only picture.
Maybe he likes sharks, man. And
Have you
drums.
tried talking to him about sharks instead of taking his username? Maybe
That's
we,
true. Yeah.
we
Maybe
need to
you're
be friendly.
approaching too
Yeah,
aggressive.
you need to be more friendly about this.
I want his username.
No, and then you can also find us if you want to just listen to our music. It's on Spotify, as I said before.
Apple Music.
Apple Music,
Deezer.
Any
Deezer.
major streaming platform.
yeah, and the minor ones too. Again, it's
Yeah, check
on
us out on
like
SoundCloud.
Napster. No, there's you can find us there. The only other there's an album called 5 Piece Kit, and that's the only other thing with our name. I've listened to it. It's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, so we're original. We're
Yeah,
original.
yeah, we're the original ones. Go listen to that guy too. I don't remember his name. I'll plug everyone. I don't care.
The only downfall when I search you guys and I put 5 Piece Kit, I get drum kits.
Our goal. Here's our future goal. Our future goal is to beat that. And we're the ones that pull up.
We beat the concept of drum sets. Yeah, that's
Google, if you're watching this,
we're pretty cool.
push us.
Push us. Yeah.
We got some more. Stacy said, "Oh, we love Smiths. We just missed it."
We do too.
Yeah, we love Smiths.
Great.
So, Tony, how do you guys prepare before playing live, and do you have any rituals you do beforehand? I used to always ask that question about rituals.
question.
That's a really good
It's a good
question.
question.
That's also a good individual question too.
We're all such
close friends and have grown so much as musicians now that we still get together and practice, but we don't need like super extensive amounts of practicing. So we threw the Smith show, which was like 45, 50-ish minutes in 3 weekends, like 3 Sundays, 3 full Sundays it took us. And it's a lot of, we get together one Sunday, talk about like songs we want to do, and then once we agree on it,
That's the hardest part.
that's the hardest part.
Yeah. Honestly.
Agreeing on the
Of the
songs,
set list, yeah.
agreeing on the songs we want to do, and then we go home, and then really it's just kind of an expectation that you know those songs the following Sunday.
Yeah, we marching banditis where it's like
and that's a lot of the the school band in us is that like we were always expected to learn the next piece of music as fast as possible. What was the next part of the question?
Any rituals?
Well, any rituals? We like to meditate before we play. So
Who's this
we
weed he's
try
talking
to
about?
like we try to just get together. What are you talking about?
You started it.
Did I?
Yes.
No, I started.
Oh, yeah, that was
we did it
awesome.
before the Halloween show.
Oh,
We,
you're
and
so,
and
he's
before
so
Smiths,
right.
we
Yeah,
go backstage
we
and
did
we
do-
breathe.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, we get together and we just sit in silence and we just kind of sometimes I'll play some soothing music, and we just try to take a second because like you see a lot of other bands backstage and like freaking out like, oh my god, like I'm so nervous it's gonna go wrong, and you're just gonna psych yourself out. And that goes for anything in life. Like if you worry too much about it, like just trust yourself. Like you got it. So as long as we can trust ourselves, I know we're gonna put on a good show.
That's awesome. Definitely.
Dave, don't you like?
I'm trying.
Don't you like? Maybe I'm making this up in my head, or this is a different musician.
Oh gosh, what's gonna
Don't you like drink like hot water an hour before the show or something? You have to have some weird specific drink before, or is this absolutely someone else that I'm making this up?
Well, about half a
Club
bottle
soda
is
doesn't
like
count.
boiling hot water.
Okay, so I am thinking of someone
You'll
else.
drink like hot tea beforehand because for your voice and stuff
Oh,
like that.
I chug hot water. I'll put like lemon in water and then just down it.
I mean, you used to microwave just cups of water. And
Yeah,
drink
no, I
them
do. I still do that. Someone said that was bad for my voice, and my response was something akin of like, "Shut up! It makes me feel better." Like I'm just like, if it works for me, it
You
works for me.
sound more like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, love Kurt Cobain. Took off a Nirvana hoodie to reveal a Nirvana t-shirt.
That's awesome. All right, we're wrapping this interview up. If you have any more questions, put them down in the chat, and we'll get those answers before we sign off and everything. I will put their links and stuff down in the description. If I haven't done it yet, I will do it tonight. And go hit up their links. And you have a YouTube. You talked about
YouTube,
Instagram.
yeah, Instagram.
TikTok.
We're five-piece kit on everything except for Instagram. So,
Because of that one guy.
the one guy. If you guys want to message him, just be nice.
Be nice, talk to him about sharks, but also ask him.
Yeah, like get them started with the sharks. Oh man,
Yeah. You ease him in with the shark talk, and then we move to the usernames.
it's like Elon Musk trying to buy X, right? You might have to pay him off, for that.
Yeah.
We don't have an X account, I guess.
Oh, yeah, we don't.
Yeah, I'm too lazy to do that.
Why would we need one?
Why would
That's a
we
good
get?
point.
Why would we get on Twitter?
What is that one account you made recently that we didn't need?
Oh, we now have a remind. You want to sign up for our remind? I can post it on Instagram.
Can
Our
you
newsletter.
please?
That's right.
Oh yeah,
Five-piece
wait.
kit newsletter.
We gotta have more people subscribe
Sign
to
up
the
for our mail.
newsletter.
Have you posted anything yet?
On remind? No.
Why would he?
Why would you?
I'm the only one following our reminder.
We gotta say something about that.
All right, I'll post on Instagram. They can go follow us on Remind, and they can be up to date on
right.
shows and everything.
All right, I want to know what Remind is.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's like an automated. It's like I can write a message and hit send, and it will text everybody. But it's not like a group text. It'll text everybody individually.
Who signed
Yeah,
up for
it's
the
like
reminder.
announcements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of teachers at school.
Yeah, I was about to say it's
Yeah.
mostly used in schools.
Teachers will
so-
be like, "Hey, don't forget you have a test on Friday," and no one can respond. They're just like, cool.
Yeah, it's just a notification.
unless you enable responses.
Forced Instagram notifications.
"Yeah."
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
All right, we have one more question here.
Forced against your will.
What is everyone's favorite song released so far? That's a good question.
One of ours.
Yeah.
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 What's your
That
favorite
was-
song ever?
That was the question.
My bad.
Sorry.
I think I'm gonna. I don't want to be that guy, but I'm gonna
Sarah
say
Wright.
sweater.
I'm gonna say Sarah Wright.
Sarah Wright's good too.
I'm gonna say sweater.
I'm like hard stuck between Backseat and Say We're Right.
Backseats are most
But
popular.
That's because Backseat is just like my baby, and like that was the first song I wrote where I was like, I can kind of do this sometimes. That's crazy.
That one's Foo Fighters influenced.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
we
it's Say We're
lost
Right.
it.
I lied. It's Say We're Right for sure. The more I'm thinking about it, like Say We're Right.
Nice.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I like sweater. I like bands is pretty cool too.
The solo's pretty cool.
The
solo
solo is
Our
really
Disney
good.
Channel ending.
So there's kind of a funny story about that solo. The solo in the song is literally unplayable.
Yeah.
You cannot play it.
It's spliced together.
Yeah,
It's like
it's-
two different guitars.
We recorded like 20 takes of this solo. Like some had a capo on, some didn't have a capo on, some were different guitars, and it's all like cut together.
Right.
So I'm sure some crazy guitar genius out there could learn it, but it's basically unplayable. So like every time we play it live, I just make it up.
And it's not the original solo too. There was the original solo.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
gosh.
original Blue
There are
Band.
parts of the original solo.
The first
in it,
5
yeah.
times we recorded the song, there was one solo,
Mhm.
and it was the only solo. And then we were like, let's change it up, and we were just like, what? It would be really funny if we made it unplayable. So now I just kind of have to make it up every time we play it. I'm like,
Just like how we make up the chords and the words every time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
that song's not, for how many times we've recorded that we don't know.
We really don't.
I think it'd be ingrained in
The
our
only
minds.
person who knows it is Michael, but that's because you also don't play half of it.
Yeah.
Because like the verses you don't play, you just go ding, ding, ding the
Yeah.
whole time.
That, I mean, when we played at our show, that was pure muscle memory.
Yeah.
Dude, for the words, me too.
Oh, me too.
You did a good job.
you did. No one but us could tell, I'm sure. No.
That's funny.
Well, after this interview, I'll have to check out Blue Van's solo and see like what you're talking about.
It's crazy.
Well,
Be my guest.
the original song is unreleased.
Is that your favorite solo?
To play?
No,
Or,
just to
like,
listen to
like
it.
ever.
No.
That's
What's your
probably my
favorite-
favorite.
What's your favorite solo? Butterflies?
My favorite solo to play is probably Butterflies. Because it's the only song that I get to like play like really choppy stuff in. Favorite to listen to? Does Sarah Wright count? Like the bridge?
The bridge.
The
and
bridge.
Say
I'd
We're
say
Right.
probably Sarah Wright.
Yeah,
It
the
has a solo in
Like
it.
the
so-
Latin influenced
yeah,
bridge.
Yeah.
the random groove section we added. Which
So I'd say that one.
did you come up with that? Yeah, greatest 5-piece kit invention we've ever come up with, other than the newsletter, of course. Obviously, the newsletter's better.
I agree.
Tony's asking another question.
Come on, Tony.
We already kind of answered this one, but what's your approach when writing music? Does it come in random spurts, or do you have brainstorming sessions, etc.?
Both.
I'd say both.
Both.
Yeah.
I'm no help.
Well,
Usually.
that's not true. Like,
I did help with
You wrote the
California,
bass.
which is an
California
early
You wrote
song.
that bass line.
I did.
California and Let You Go.
Yeah.
That was me.
That's
Let
that's
You
all
Go is all you.
That's
Yeah.
lyric
That is
wise.
all
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Focus it down on
I don't know if
yourself.
people know that. I wrote that entire song.
I don't think we've ever talked about that. Yeah, you did right. Let You Go is all you.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of the stuff is I'd say if you were to narrow it down to like what's most common, Josh having lyrics written and me having chords.
Yeah.
Or like having instrumental stuff. Those are like the two most common things that happen out of practice. But every once in a while we'll get together and we're just like, let's write a song. And it just like kind of comes to us.
Well, and Michael writes the drum part in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm usually the
And then-
structure guy.
Yeah.
And then Josh usually will have like the rhythm guitar down, and then we'll usually have to brainstorm lead lines and bass parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But,
when we
Yeah.
record.
Yeah, but I mean that usually happens when we record.
And then lyrics. I get to do my scroll through the 2-year-old notes app of like unusable lyrics and just like maybe one of these will work eventually. Nope, never does.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna-
maybe twice.
I was going to ask that. Do you, when you have these lyrics, did you have a melody in mind or not? Or are you just doing pretty much writing and then you got to kind of fit it in?
So sometimes most of like the notes app is always what I refer to because like that's the longest list of like lyrics I write. A lot of the time they have like a rhythm in mind, a melody in mind, and then I never try and like force it because anytime I've tried to force it, I'm like, this just doesn't sound bad. It doesn't flow right. There's just some like magical moments where it's like, oh my gosh, this lyric was just destined for this song. And like, that's what I hope for every time I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Your girlfriend said the bongo solo was great.
That's the.
That
I was gonna say it.
awesome.
That
Yeah.
solo was
Oh, that's the best song.
I forgot about that. So if you listen really closely and Sarah Wright in the bridge part, there's bongos in the background that are panned left and right, and one of them had gone to the studio that day, and they left, and they texted me and they go, "Hey, when you go to record
That was
guitar,"
Michael.
he goes, "Bring bongos."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What? Why am I bringing bongos? I'm recording guitar." So I bring bongos, and me and our the person who recorded and produced that song, Mike.
The joint venture studios.
Yeah.
I blanked
Quick
on
shot.
I blanked on the name.
Quick shot.
He was like, "Why'd you bring bongos?" And I was like, "I was told to bring bongos. I don't. What am I supposed to do? What do you mean?"
when a man says bring bongos, you pull up a bongo.
You had a tambourine too.
I had a tambourine too. So we set up the bongos, and I was like, "I guess Michael wants them in the bridge." So I just start going, and then when we heard him in the recording, we were like, "This is peak. We have a bongo solo in the song.
We got to bring someone on stage next time to play the bongo.
We do.
Yeah.
We need a. If you're listening, we need a bongo
We
player.
need a bongo player really
I'll
bad.
give like a raffle.
Yeah.
We can pay you
giveaway.
in a Snickers bar.
Yeah, we'll give you a candy bar of your
giveaway.
choice.
Come play bongos for 5-piece kit.
When I was told that like, oh, there's bongos in the song, I thought you were joking. And then when you told me that story, I assumed Michael texted you that as a bit. And then I heard the bongos and I was like, he's just a genius. He's just crazy. He's just crazy with it. This is insane. He's just so good.
That bridge has everything. It's got a slide guitar. It's got bongos, tambourine,
Oh yeah,
drums, bass.
I wanted you to bring the slide.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So much going on in that song. It's so good.
There's a lot.
So to get the bongo, what you just need to do is get a keyboard, then you'll be a 5-piece
complete.
kit.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. And then
That's a really good
the
idea.
keyboards can do other little things like bongos and
Yeah.
Well, Austin's main
Tambourine.
instrument is keys.
Yeah. I'm actually a piano player at heart.
Okay.
Like I'm like obviously I play guitar like with 5-piece kit, but like in my own time I'm a piano player. Like,
He's
a
two.
jazz-
He's 2/5 of our band.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm a jazz
he
piano
counts
player,
for
yeah.
2/5.
So who plays the triangle?
That'd be me.
He's got one set up. On the
Well, I'm
side of his
actually
kit.
a classically trained
that's right.
triangle
Yeah.
player as well.
That's
So
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys being here and being on this interview with,
Oh, yeah.
with me and everything. And
Yeah.
I think I'm digging these in person. If you guys want to see more in person interviews like this, let me know. Maybe I just make them all like this because it's pretty cool. I like it. I think
Yeah.
it flows a little bit better, and I get to hang out with you guys instead
Yeah,
of just
fun. Yeah.
being, here.
Yeah.
Well, everyone should come check out Picks and Sticks Studio. Right, it's pretty
Oh,
cool
yeah.
down here. He's got some renovation going on.
Yeah, the renovation.
Sweet, yeah.
So hopefully the renovation will be done in the next 10 years. it's so hard, but yeah. Well, everybody, go check out all their stuff. I'll put the links in the descriptions. Oh, thank you. Great interview from B, the mystery
Thank you,
B. Yeah. So everybody, thank you for watching, and everybody's. Love the interview. You all are so fun. That's from my wife.
Oh, thank you.
And my
We
wife
appreciate that.
also said that my wife gets the remind text. She's like on top of all our kids'
Yeah.
school stuff. So
Yeah.
like, she's like,
she can get you set up with our remind.
Yeah.
that's right. Awesome. Well, everybody, thank you for watching, and go straight home.
Sweet.
Woo.